Hello, Aries. Welcome to your mid-July soulmate session. I'm Marlo, if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friends. And of course, I'm going to say if you resonate with this message, go ahead and tickle my like button because she's kinky and she's into that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, you notice I said soulmate session as opposed to soul session, Aries. I know it's super crazy. So, there was like this whole thing. I talked about it in Cancer of like, me getting all of these emails where people were like, please stop doing love readings because I'm trying to work on my personal development. And I totally stopped doing them. But, the love is real between people right now. So I'm legit doing a soulmate session and I got that name from Cancer. So if you don't want to hear about romance, totally like click off now because I don't want to disturb your personal development. But if you want more of this, then go ahead and subscribe to She Do Tarot because that's like all love stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, there's no extended to this, so I can't tell you to go in the description box and look at that because we're not doing that because we don't have time for all that. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, if you want insight into this reading, I feel like I should like throw another plug in there. Like if you want more insight into this reading, totally book me for like a personal session. And I'm going to put the little, wait, hold on. I'm going to put the little thing right here. But to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, wait, shit, I can't fucking do it right. Hold on. Okay. Right there. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to do that because ain't nobody trying to do all that. I got buku clients, y'all. Like if you book a reading, then cool. But if not, I'm really, thank you for not booking a reading. Aries, you understand. Like, I love when I get in like every sign's energy because I just start talking like every sign. But anywho, what I was going to say was to tell you a little bit about this reading. This is you. This is your person. This is the connection between the two of you. You know what I'm saying? And this is you guys' outcome. And this is your advice, and it's 5 cards because 5 is the number of change. And I'm like symbolic and shit. Like I'm extra deep and whatnot. Anywho, let's go ahead and jump into the sucker. So first card, of course, represents Aries. So let's see what's crack-a-lacking with Aries. Ooh, we got source energy with the Hierophant. So Aries, there's expectations as far as with your relationship with the person that you're dealing with. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. I mean, it could be a situationship. It could be, y'all could be smashed buddies, whatever it is that you want to call it. But your expectations as far as this relationship goes are very much interrelated into your expectations. It's all about what it is that you want and what you desire and what it is that you feel is what's best for you. And I can tell you flat out, I can't say, as a double Taurus over here, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I can fool with Aries is that my daddy and my son is Aries and my North Node is an Aries. But you know what I'm saying? I know y'all be like breaking down barriers and whatnot or whatever. But when it comes to expectations that we have for people, when it comes to connections that we have, goddamn my claws. But when it comes to expectations that we have for other people, it's not always guaranteed that they're going to be fulfilled. So I don't know how this reading is going to play out, but I just feel compelled to tell you that to keep that in mind because it's like we can have expectations and our expectations 9 times out of 10 are based on like past traditions, what it is that we've seen in our family or what we, assume that love is supposed to look like. But until you're in it head first, it's, we really don't know what it's going to be. So just keep that in mind. But how it is that you guys are showing up in this particular connection is in alignment with what your expectations are for your person of interest, right? Now, with your person of interest, okay, the clause, they always mess up on that card. We have the 3 of coins. That is not a bad thing. Okay, here's the deal. So shout out to my cross watchers. So with your person of interest, they're more or less on the type of time of like working together, right? And this is like funny because like most of you guys have seen like my short, right? Because like, I don't want to say I have like a vendetta against the manosphere, but I just think it's hilarious that, the inner workings of people who are in the manosphere, it's like, I just get it. And, me and my bestie, because my bestie has like a whole slew of shorts as well. She's a psychic medium, by the way. You should check her out. She's Till Gypsy Moon. Go subscribe to her channel. She's on YouTube too, but that's neither here nor there. But it's just like, it's like a funny haha thing with her and I. And so sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. Looking at your person with Three of Coins coming out, they're more or less more concerned about how things are working, being like a connectedness, being a partnership, with it being like a 100-100 as opposed to like a 80-20 kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's so weird for me, like doing these, dude, because like I told you guys, like I do read for love over there on She-Do, but it's like these soulmate sessions, as we're calling them, it's really weird of like how these are coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, it's a whole nother level that these are on. And not saying that it's higher, that it's lower. It's just that they seem very personal accountability. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, back to your person. So your person is very much on like teamwork, collaboration, like, you know, you guys coming together, like choosing an end goal and you all working together. But like I said, with you guys with the Hierophant, it's not necessarily saying that your expectations are wrong, because as an Aries, you want what the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's in the sense, oh, good Lord, why did I just get that message? Like, oh, fuck my life. All right. I'm just going to say it because that's what I heard. So for some of you, Aries, some of you guys want a very traditional commitment, right? Where you just want you and a person, right? But some of you guys are dealing with a person who would, you know, not be opposed to you and another person or several people, because y'all could collaborate and work together as a team to get to your end goal. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, Aries, I would like to think that you understand what I'm saying, but that's neither here nor there. But that's a question that Aries really needs to ask themselves. Like, that makes perfect sense, because it's like, I'm looking at it. That's why I kept saying it's not a bad thing. It's like, if Aries as an individual, right? And I'm literally going to say the terminology, if Aries as a person feels that monogamy is your wave, like that's more safe for you, that's more comfortable, like that's what your ideal partnership is, right? Then that would be your expectation. My expectation coming into a partnership with another person is that I want to be with just you. I don't want 11 other people. We're not about to have no harem. Like, I am not on that type of time. You feel what I'm saying? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with desiring that. However, with your person, and I don't remember what other sign I saw this in, but who was that? I think that was Leo. Was it Leo or was it? No, it was Capricorn, because Capricorn had the Judgment card and their person had, I forgot what it was. I couldn't even tell you, but it was like, it was a minor arcana. I can tell you that. So the whole thing I was saying was, whoever it is that has the major arcana, as far as like self-representation, that's like the person who has done the most work up until this point. So not saying at all, and this is my disclaimer, not saying for anyone who's in open relationships or in polyamorous relationships that there's anything wrong with that. It's just speaking specifically for my Aries people. If this person is kind of like, you know, God damn it, my nails. If this person is kind of like, you know, we can do this together, we can make this a group thing, you know, my friends meet your friends and we can all be friends type of thing. And you're not on that type of time, like there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to force yourself to be more progressive. That's just what your personal expectation and desire is. So this is my whole thing. Like, expectation, I feel, has become a dirty word, right? To where when we say, because I mean, even, you know, you guys, I studied Buddhism for years. It's like, when it comes to the Zen life, you're taught to not have expectations. But when it comes to, you know, when you're not like enlightened and walking on clouds and things, to tell yourself to not have expectations, it could potentially do more harm than good, because that means like, if you're in a position like this and you meet a person who's like, oh no, like I'm supposed to have 50, 11 wives. And you're like, oh, my expectation was to just have one husband with just me as a wife, or me having like, one husband and me being a husband, or me having like one wife and me being a wife, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can feel like shit, right? Because you're thinking, oh, if I'm more evolved, if I was more awakened, like I would be more open to like an open relationship or like a polyamorous type of deal. But literally the podcast that me and my bestie are working on, I'm totally not self-promoting. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But it's like, we're trying to explore deeper into open relationships and polyamory, just because I think that there's some people who are literally called to that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But it's imperative that you're with a person where y'all have the same belief system. So if you're monogamous and your person is polyamorous, that's really not going to help. If you're monogamous and your person wants an open relationship, that's really not going to help. You know what I'm saying? If your person is like straight up like team third party situation, and that's really not your stilo, I can see how it is that, the Aries person or cross watcher or whatever, whoever resonates with this, can feel like, oh, I need to change myself. Like, because if I'm supposed to be non-attached and not have expectations, then when a person asks something of me that goes against my boundaries, like goes against my comfort zone, that means there's something wrong with me because I'm still attached to this 3D life and I need to ascend. That's total bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When you understand what non-attachment is, or what the lack thereof of expectations is, it takes years of spiritual work and self-understanding in order to understand what that is. And no offense to anyone, I doubt I would offend anyone that watches my channel, but I'm just saying, it's like people who are unwoke, it's really easy for them to completely misconstrue what that means. And God forbid if a person is like really a dick, it's like they can use that against you. Like, aren't you supposed to be spiritual? You feel what I'm saying, child? I don't even know why we're going here. But anyway, let's get to this third card, which is the connection between you and your person. I'm not trying to get in everybody's business. Well, hell damn Jesus. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. And this is legit the affair card, child. This is the third party situation card, like the favorite phrase on freaking YouTube in America. It's feeling unsupportive in the partnership. It's feeling like you're alone in the partnership. It's feeling like sometimes, I don't really necessarily feel this is too relevant just because we're looking at two people and not necessarily one, but it could feel like, somebody's kind of talking about you behind your back type of deal. And typically, whenever the Three of Cups in reverse shows up in a relationship type of situation, to me, it's really speaking to a person who is putting up with a lot of things that really don't make them happy. So legit, everything I just said prior to this makes total sense. It's the fact that you're putting up with a situation that isn't emotionally fulfilling for you. And the reason why you feel it's emotionally unfulfilling is because you think that there's something in you that's not developed. But there could be paranoid kind of thoughts about like, oh, your person, like if and everybody's situation is different. We could literally be talking about someone who has agreed to a third party situation. You know what I'm saying? Like if your person like bought another person in and y'all are dealing with someone else, or if you kind of, agreed to them smashing other people, but you're not smashing anyone else. And I feel it almost in a sense of like a paranoia, where you're thinking that the person that they deal with, or like baby mama, baby daddy, ex-wife, ex-husband, like whatever the case is, it's like feeling like that person is talking about you behind your back type of deal. Like they're sitting there like, ha, 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 like, we pulled the wool over their eyes type of deal. You know what I'm saying? But I feel with this, and it's like, I don't know if it's possible, child. The way that I do my readings, it's like I asked Spirit that before I even started this damn channel. I don't like to be, because I don't feel that emotionally or mentally that would be helpful for a person who's a total stranger that you do not know to be the person who's the bearer of bad news. Like you click on YouTube, you find my channel. I'm just like this random bitch that you don't know. And I'm just like, hey, bitch, like your dude cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a whole nother family and 7 kids. Like I never wanted to be that person. And I don't think it's fair to even be in the position to be that person just because of the fact that, you know, it's a general reading. I'm picking up on general energy signatures. So in my personal opinion, one other thing for me is the High Priestess card. If ever I'm trying to get into the tea, because y'all know I'm nosy and I like tea, a bitch likes tea. But if the High Priestess card comes up, it's like, hey, Marlo, shut the fuck up. None of your damn business. You know what I'm saying? So I feel when it comes to messages that I'm giving, I'm not telling you something that you don't know already, you know? And I know that there's a difference between a suspicion of cheating and like you being fully aware that this is happening. The vibe I'm picking up on, and this is like legit real. Like if you're wondering, like, is this, you know, soulmate session? Is this about me? If it involves another person and you think your person is dealing with another person and that other person and your person are talking about you, this would be something that you had a hand in facilitating. So it would literally be you being in a relationship with someone, either being married to them, you know, being committed to them, living with them, having kids with them, and the two of you are on speaking terms, meaning like this isn't like your baby Zeddy or your baby mama and y'all haven't been together for like 10 years. Like literally, this is someone that you're very much intertwined with. You know, there's some level of commitment with, and you came to a place where you realized like you believed what they were saying, where it's like, oh, they, you know, because child, look, I'm a therapist in real life. So y'all know I know all the scenarios where it's like, oh, you know, a man, you know, isn't built to just be with one woman. Because a man isn't built like that. So I need to have multiple concubines and da 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 da, right? And even though that went against what it is that you felt inherently for yourself, you agreed to that. And because you agreed to it, there's like this level of paranoia you have with your person and the other person, where even though you know that it's happening, it's like there's a fear that this two can become one type of deal, if that's making sense, you know? So it's another thing I could say coming into this, how you know this is for you is the fact that you know that you're settling for less than you deserve. And I know deserve is a strong word because deserve means your desire. Your desire was to meet a person, fall in love, or like meet a person, first date, second date, third date. You fall in love with them, they propose, or you propose to them, and you get married and you live happily ever after type of deal, right? And it's like just the two of you. But it's almost like a self-betrayal, because that's the thing that my guides are telling me consistently why I'm saying all of this stuff is the thing that my Aries person who resonates with this would have to be aware of is that it's a sense of self-betrayal. And you're betraying yourself because you like, and that's why I say, dude, like, oh my God, like, please, Aries, don't make me go on a whole rant in these love readings with these 5 cards. Tell me why I pull more cards for the soul sessions and those are shorter than these have been. Because child, look, anywho, but legit, it's like, I say, don't get me started because I could go on a whole rant about this. It's like, when I talk about awakening or people being woke, it's like me using the word woke, even though, and you know, I can't say for people who are outside the US, but people who live in the United States of America, the word woke has a very, you know, tongue-in-cheek kind of connotation, but the way that, you know, majority of people utilize the term woke is not at all how I mean it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like the short version term that's more hip for awakened. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like most people who are on the journey of awakening, there's a level of insecurity that exists within you to where you question yourself a great deal. And it's like people's perception of what it means to be awakened is much like I said when I studied Buddhism. It's this thought of non-attachment and, you know, not being too tied to things. So when it comes to what the Hierophant would represent, which is your value system, your personal moral code, which in my opinion is your religion. It's like bump all this other stuff, right? Because religion is man's way to God, and man, not meaning you as an individual, because you ain't create none of these world religions, right? This is like a group of men that came together to create a religion on how we can create a systematized ritual structure to get us to God. But the beautiful thing about spirituality is that that's God's ways to man. So whether you're in religion or you're not, God is always constantly seeking you out and trying to find a way to you. Why did this become like a soul session? Child, I don't know, but I'm psychic. Shout out to my moderator, ADH, because she told me to stop saying I might be psychic. So look, I said it without the mic, but that's neither here nor there. Moving right along, you know what I'm saying? But with not understanding how this whole thing works, it's very easy for people to be on the Likert scale didactic perception of life, for you to jump all the way to the other side and think like, oh, you know, this person is asking me something that goes completely against everything I stand for. However, they're woke. And I mean, I thought I was woke, but they seem so much woker than me because they're so progressive, because they're, you know, it's just like, we're free beings, da, 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 da. And then you inadvertently end up making this person your God. You feel what I'm saying? And I know this is extra deep, child. I wasn't trying to go this deep in this love reading. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what's coming out, and I just got to be the messenger. You feel what I'm saying? But anywho, so be conscious of that. But all in all, what I'm saying that's of utmost importance is there's some level of this person that it's them not being 100% there, whether it's, you know, emotional, kind of cheaty type of thing. If this is something they suggested to you in some sense or another, God, I can't freaking talk. Or if this is a person where this has happened like past tense and they're still kind of displaying the same behaviors, the connection between the two of you is like 80-20, to where your person is getting 80% of what they want. And I feel the 80% of what it is that they want is like, it's involving another person. And I can even say that this is a thing because people can emotionally cheat with their parents. I can tell you that. Like if we're talking about like a mama's boy or like a daddy's girl, it is very, very possible for a person to be going to their parents and like, oh my gosh, like they're like with me. You know what I'm saying? That's very much a real thing. But overall, the person who's an Aries in this connection, you feel by yourself. Like you feel like you're in a relationship with your person and another person, whether that's their best friend, their mom, their dad, you know, their freaking brother, whatever I'm trying not to cuss so much, y'all. I can't help it. I cuss a lot in real life, but y'all be getting me in my zone. That's neither here nor there. But whatever the case, it's the Aries person that feels kind of teamed up on. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're feeling like you're in a connection by yourself, and your person is either literally bringing in other people and you're not, or it's them involving other people, if that's making sense. So the outcome in this particular situation, we have the 6 of the cuppies in the reverse. Child, look, I'm gonna need y'all to like really think this through. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm feeling with the 6 of Cups in the reverse, for real, the very first thing that came to me is highlighting what used to be. So that's like if when you first met this person, right? Stuff was like lit. It was beautiful. Like they really cared about you. They were speaking to your emotions and your feelings. And it's like, oh my gosh, I've never been understood by someone like this before. Right? Or for some of you guys, this is literally like a person who's from your past that you gave another chance to. You know what I'm saying? And there was this, and I think I forewarned y'all about that. If people from the past came back and them talking about they changed, like you need to really sit back and see, but that's neither here nor there. That would be for people where, God, my nails are so long. This would be for people where if this was someone from your past that came back, they would have literally came back within the last like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 months up until present. However, what I'm feeling as far as how this out, oh my gosh, maybe somebody gonna get money because my palms are itching again. This has really become a thing. It's a Southern thing. Whenever your palms itch, that means money coming. But that's neither here nor there. But what I feel wholeheartedly, the first thing that my guys were saying to me in reference to this is the thing that would be keeping Aries around in this situation is you're thinking about how stuff was in the very beginning. So when you first met this person, you felt chosen, you felt loved, you felt special, you felt like you was like that bitch, or you felt like you was that dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost a perception in which, and I said that in someone else's reading, I can't really remember who, it was either Pisces or Taurus, but it's like that person made you feel like you were the one, like you were special, right? And it very well could be that that same level of special that they made you feel in the very beginning is the same thing they're kind of pinging on right now that's making you stick with this, in the sense that, and I don't remember who it was, I was saying something about like a seed of potential that a person had. So it's like your thought is like, yeah, you know, like I'm sleeping with 5 different people throughout the week. Like I get that. I know that might be really, really hard for you, but like I'm coming home to you. That would be like an open marriage kind of situation, right? It's like, I'm not dealing with like anyone else outside of these 5 people, but I come home to you every night. Like, you're the one, you're my person. Like, you're who I really love, right? And in the bigger scheme of things, which is why I took my poly people out of that, because I know that my poly people don't maneuver like that. My poly people, like, everyone knows everything that's happening. There's transparency and there's clarity, right? But it's like in an open marriage situation, look at one of my hairs. It's funny. But with oh my God, my nails are so fucking long, y'all. Like, Jesus Christ. I think it's gotten to a point where it's like me seeing I'm like freaking flipping cards everywhere. It's like, bitch, you need to cut these nails, bitch. You need to get your life together. But that's neither here nor there. But it's like this person could be telling you stuff along the lines of that, of just like, oh my gosh. And it's like, any of you guys who know old school R&B, there's this song. It's like, he's mine, you may have had him once, but I got him all the time, right? So it's almost like a mindset where my Aries person would be in a position like that, where you're thinking like, yeah, this is my person. Like, they want me, they love me. Like, yeah, you may just be getting their, poon or getting their peen, but it's like, they're coming home to me though, right? But let me tell you something, putting my therapist hat on right quick, because this is the tarot therapy channel by the woke therapist. So I can't not be a therapist in real life, you know what I'm saying? But what that would be called is a rationalization. You feel what I'm saying? You're intellectualizing something. Now, if you have to rationalize or intellectualize something, then that means that there's something emotionally deeper that's happening that you're not yet ready to admit or acknowledge. If you have to tell yourself stuff like that. Or like, I mean, these are things, child, from New Orleans. So, I didn't heard women say these things about 50 times over, but, it's just like, just as long as he take care of home, what he do when he out there in the streets ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you're okay with having a half a man as opposed to a piece, piece of man as opposed to a whole man, that's the saying. That's how it go. But if you're opposed to, okay with having that as opposed to having like a whole human, like, it's better to have a piece of man than, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole dude, because that's literally saying you're settling for less than you deserve. And this is interesting for me, Aries, because like I said, with me doing these love readings and stuff, child, y'all already know I said it in Cancer. I literally got bombarded with emails where my subbies literally begged me to stop doing it, because when I read child for love, I read stuff else. But the thing that I could not deny when I felt compelled to start doing these again is the only reason why, even though my channel is a struggle channel, the only reason why I ever even hit 100K, because if I did soul sessions from 2017 when I started this channel, I promise you that I would not be anywhere near where I'm at right now. But the truth of the matter is when I read for love situations the same way I do at y'all soul sessions, and like all my members be saying they like, we got a whole emoji. I might literally edit that into this video. It's a little bald head emoji, because everybody be talking about be snatching the edges and reading the fulfilled. When it comes into me looking into love situations, I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no vested interest in who is right and who is wrong. If my subbies are wrong, I'm going to read you for filth and I'm going to tell you that you're messing up. But the thing that I'm saying here is what I'm seeing for Aries. Aries isn't messing up in the sense of you're contributing anything to the issues in this relationship. I'm more concerned about what this is saying about you. Like, you're self-sacrificing yourself because you're settling for something that you know damn well you really don't want. And when anybody got time for that, they got 7.9 billion people on this planet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Lord, for real. So the whole thing I say with this is, Aries, that's a whole thing. When we talk about the 6 of Cups in the reverse, what keeps so many people in partnerships and relationships that have, gone well beyond their expiration date, right? Is because we're holding on to the person, the representative, the person we met in the beginning. And we feel like, I know this person, like, I know who they used to be. They've been through this, they've been through that. And it's like, I want to hold on because you desperately want that person to come back. But the question that many of us never, ever ask ourselves is if this person is aware of that too. That's why I say representative. To have a representative, that has to be something that someone's groomed for, a decision that's made to send that person forth first. So if you have an ancient person that you're dealing with and you met their representative, and that's like a hella narc type of tactic, where you have a person who's showing you the best of them, right? But then all of a sudden they become the less of them, like polar opposite of who they are. And this person is turning around and blaming you for the reason why they are how they are. And you start to notice differences in your behavior, like things that you did that you never did before that particular time that you connected with that person, that all of a sudden you're starting to do. You feel what I'm saying? Those are things you have to be self-aware enough within yourself in order to identify, because it's very easy for a person to come in like this. So I'm just saying, right? I couldn't even say on both sides, even like for my poly people, I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all because y'all done all DM me, even though all my social media is deactivated right now because the humans in my life, I can't deal with them and I just need to be deactivated for a little while. Your girl Marlo just can't deal with the humans in her life. You feel what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. I'll be back eventually, but I just can't with people right now. I cannot. It's not with the energy that we're in. I just cannot. Right? But anyway, but even like with my poly people, I can't even say that this even refers to my people who are poly, because unless there's a person in your connection that was faking the funk and saying that they were, you know, with the shits and they really weren't, I can't even see how this would apply to a poly relationship, because from what it is I know about my poly people, like I said, there's transparency. You know what I'm saying? Unless this was like everybody together that was just like, we just don't like them. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only thing that would be different. So I say with this, it's like, this is something where, you know, even if you with a person that's married and they talking about they're leaving their person and they're not, and you're looking back at all the stuff that they promised you that they was going to do for you and they still haven't done it, like whatever the case, just be consciously aware of that. I don't know how this turned into a whole lecture, Aries. I know y'all don't be liking to listen to people for too long. I have a teenager that's an Aries. Like, I didn't already talk too much, but that's neither here nor there. Moving right along, your advice. Ooh, child, the truth. The moon in the reverse. This is everything. Look, see how spirit love y'all. Everything I just said is your advice. Like legit, with the moon in the reverse. And I hate to say this, on one side, this is mommy issues for some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is the truth of the matter you already know. And how do you know that? It's because of the disconnect that you feel between you and your person. It's deep down inside, you already know what it is that you want and what you desire. And you know that you and your person want two very different things. And I don't know why I feel compelled to say this, but like for some of you guys, legit, it could be that you've been single for so long, child, that it's the first person that you actually like fool with. You know what I'm saying? And it's the fact that you met a person that you fool with, and child, look, I've been there. Because look, I've been single for longer than I ever been in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Or married or anything, child. I'm just saying, but we're not going to talk about my age because I'm 28 forever. You ask me anything, you's a damn lie. I will always be 28. I will celebrate 28 for the rest of forever. You understand what I'm saying? But moving right along, okay? But deep down inside, it's like you already know what the case is, right? Like you felt this, you've thought about this has come up into your mind. And the thing my guides are telling me with the Six of Cups in the reverse, if you're really honest with yourself, the person that, and that's if you resonate with this, because this ain't for all Aries, child. The only reason why YouTube Tarot exists is for people who need a word. You understand what I'm saying? But truth be told, it's like you would even resonate so much so with the fact of you holding on to who this person was in the very beginning. But when you look at them now, they are not the same person. They don't treat you the same. And if you're honest with yourself for 2.5 seconds, you will see that they are not who they were when you first connected with them. But I feel whoever this Aries person is I'm talking to, you have a tendency to blame yourself. You have a tendency to internalize things, to make yourself to be at fault. And you're thinking that it's something that you've done, or you're not woke enough, or you're not progressive enough, or you're so much of a prude, or like whatever, which is insanity for Aries. I'm just saying, because child, that ain't you. You feel what I'm saying? And then the other thing my guys are telling me, child, with y'all with this whole heart opening thing and whatnot or whatever, it's like panicking because this is the whole thing you guys were like fearful of. But I could tell you as a professional single person, it's like deep down inside, and this is me being 100% honest with y'all. I'm being 110,000% honest. And the sign of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. You understand what I'm saying? I really wish that dating was as easy as we try to make it up in our minds to be. Like I went so many years being single, right? And my ideal was hoping that I would stop being single, start dating again. The first person I date would be my person because it's just easier. But in real life, dude, it's not going to happen. You have to kiss a lot of frogs before it is that you meet your person. And that's just the reality of it. And the thing that I tell people all the time, if you want to opt out and you don't want to fool with that, then I ain't mad at you. You feel what I'm saying? But I've never met one person who has gone through this spiritual awakening and spent time in their singleness that instantly the first person you dated, like you were single 10 years, 5 years, and instantly the first person that you met was the right person. Nah, because who you are as a single person woke and who you are in a relationship are two very different people. So if you think you're so woke and you didn't learn so many things and stuff, child, the moment that you get into a relationship, spirit gonna pull the rug from under, you're gonna go back to level 0. And you have to relearn who it is that you are in relation to another person. You feel what I'm saying? So the whole thing I say that to say is, I feel like with my Aries, there's a level of fear with you all where deep down inside in your heart and soul, like I said, y'all are major arcana. The person that you're dealing with is a minor arcana. I already see what's popping off here. You understand what I'm saying? I already see very clearly what's happening. But it's just the fact that either you don't want to have to start all over, you don't want to be disappointed, you really wanted this person to be your person type of deal, or you're feeling like you need to force yourself to like, you know, elevate higher. But even if you're honest with yourself, dude, this person not on the type of time that you on. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I'll say before I do y'all pick a card is with this moon in the reverse, is 2 things that's very important. Some of y'all, this goes back to mommy issues. So, and that's not just because not just men have mommy issues. This could be male or female. It's like if you had an emotionally absent mother, child, look, hold on, let me write this down because I'm about to recommend y'all another book. And this is a book that any one of my clients who watching that dealt with this, like this is a book I always recommend. And people legit, when I tell you, I'm being honest, before you even read the first chapter, babe, when you read the introduction of this goddamn book, like all my clients who've ever read it come back into my office like screaming, like, how does lady know my whole life? From just like the introduction, like the preface, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna write this down now because you guys need to read. I'm gonna write down 2 books. It's another one that would be good for people who have a pattern of dating people that, child, come on, with y'all bibliotherapy. I love when my guys talk to me like I'm a therapist. It just makes me feel so good. I just don't have no words for it. So it's 3 books that I'm going to put in the description box. Is also going to be in the comments as well. And these are books that I can tell you wholeheartedly, for those of you who are not my clients, I was about to say not my comments. Those of you who are not my clients, a huge part of the therapeutic process for me is bibliotherapy, which means like, and I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I'm a Taurus, right? And I ain't got time. And I know Aries ain't got time. So I don't recommend just random books to people. It's like, it has to be a book, even if I have not been through something, right? So, and a lot of my clients who I work with grief, I've never lost either one of my parents, right? But I've worked with a lot of clients who have lost their parents. Hence the reason why, if you didn't know, my women's organization, Our Sanctuary, we have a grief group every Wednesday. It is free of charge. And one of my staff members, her name is Precious. She runs it every single Wednesday. And it's for all women who've lost their moms or their dads, whether it's COVID, cancer, whatever. And that's continuously running every Wednesday. We have times for the East Coast people and the West Coast people. So go to oursanctuary.co if you want to find out more information about that, or oursanctuary.co/grief if you're about that life or you know someone who that would be helpful to. But anywho, But I give people books where it would resonate with me, even if I've never been through it, or if it's something I have been through. It's like, damn, where was this book when I was going through the things, right? Because it fast tracks therapy. Because if you're able to go home and you're reading this book that's reinforcing a lot of stuff that I'm telling you in therapy, it's like we're cutting down on you spending money coming to sessions, because you're coming in here, you're getting insight, you're going home and you're getting reinforcement. You feel what I'm saying? So any books that I ever recommend on my channel, and I'm not going to tell, like, first of all, wait, let me just say this. I was about to say, I'm not going to tell my clients. I'm going to tell my clients, because y'all know the way that hip is set up. I'm telling you right now today, because first of all, you're not supposed to be watching my channel. But if he is, do not comment. You understand what I'm? Do not comment under this video. Hashtag HIPAA. Because I'm not about to have you expose yourself. Even though by law, you can expose yourself. But I'm just saying, do you really want people in your business? I mean, some of y'all, look, some of my clients be out here like, I don't care. It's like, hey, princess, hey, Marlo. That's my therapist. Like, y'all be on that type of time, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, I'm going to put those books in the description box as well as in the comments, because the thing that's kind of pinging on me with this moon in the reverse is some of you guys, whether male or female, have dealt with an emotionally absent mother, which graduates you into dealing with emotionally unavailable people because you're used to that. You know what I'm saying? With your conditioning and your rearing, which is what this Hierophant could be talking about too, because we don't even have to be talking about traditional relationships, is the fact that you're conditioned into a mindset or a way of being, right? Or like literally an expectation, even if it's a lower expectation of the fact of I'm supposed to self-sacrifice for another person, AKA codependency. You know what I'm saying? This person is supposed to have everything else be more important than me. These are not things that you're consciously thinking, but because you've been groomed to be that way with your parental figures, and specifically a mother figure is what I'm feeling above all else, it's easier for you to accept that. So you're used to relationships being an uneven dynamic because that's what you've witnessed. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's like you're always giving, and you're never getting anything in return. You feel what I'm saying? And the other side of that is dreams. Before I do, y'all pick a card. So I'm gonna tell you now, pick, card 1, 2, 3, or 4. When I did the premieres, people always like my premieres, my weeklies, all that. Y'all be choosing 2 cards. Don't confuse yourself, child. Just choose one, go with your first mind, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, but the other part to this moon in the reverse, and that's Cancer energy, BTW, and that's Taurus energy. I don't know if I said that, but if I didn't, I just said it. But anywho, maybe you might need to watch both of those. I don't know. Anyway, but with the moon in the reverse, it's like there's things that have been coming up from your subconscious, because I feel with the moon card coming up 9 times out of 10, this is all subconscious stuff. Like this is stuff that's been like suppressed, that you've been existing with for some time. It's not stuff you're thinking about every day, but there's certain things that trigger it where this comes up to the surface. Or like I said, with these two being across from each other, the root of the unhappiness that my Aries people are feeling is the fact that there's mommy issues, or there's any other things that you've been through that you've been conditioned into. And you're like, postured in this particular position, and you feel that, oh, I value this. This is the way you're supposed to be. This is a good person. This is what a good wife, what a good husband, what a good boyfriend, what a good girlfriend, what a good partner. This is what I'm supposed to do. When you love someone, this is how you're supposed to be. And all of that comes from how it is that you were conditioned. So it's easier for you to take this stance and for you to embrace unhappiness, even though your person is completely empowered and getting, having the cake and eating it too, or eating the cake and have it too. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, by the way, but moving right along. But them having all of that stuff and not thinking about anyone else, and you're trying to find a way, once again, how you were conformed as a child, to get in where you fit in. It's like being consistently adaptable, right? Even to the detriment of your own happiness. So be conscious of that, my beautiful Aries people. So anywho, getting to you guys, pick a card. Like I said, pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you pick group 1, if you ain't picked yet, just go ahead and pause me. I mean, you could pause me in the premiere, right? Yeah. Pause me. Just go ahead and go with your first mind. Anywho, if you pick number 1, we have photograph, and it says, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Child. So here's the dealio. I can say for my group one people, if they got somebody from your past that you've been thinking about and you've been beating yourself up, like, and this is a very specific message I'm getting with this. If you looking at like photos, looking at the person IG, whatever, and you're sitting up here beating yourself up, like thinking, ooh, you know, you singing like her, talking about we could have been, you know, you singing Bryson Tiller part and all that, you know, nah, we're not doing all that. I feel, especially because the Six of Cups in the reverse is here, for those of you who are thinking about reaching out to somebody, they got somebody on your mind or something like that, or maybe somebody who just came back. And, you know, synchronicities abound right now, child. You think about a person, they hitting you up and this and that and whatnot, or whatever, right? But if this is a person from your past, where this whole thing I've been talking about comes in is you found your strength to leave this person and they really were not good for you. They were not good for you then. They're not good for you now. I'm just telling you now. You feel what I'm saying? But because some time has passed, it's like whenever time passes and we look back at our past, we have a tendency to remember more of the good things. And that's so funny. I just heard Jhene Aiko. Oh, which reminds me of my dream. Child, I know you're lying. But I just heard Jhene Aiko, all of the good things, all of the good things. I don't know what song that is. I can't remember. I think that's one of the songs because in my dream, dude, let me just throw this out here. Spirit kept saying, like, she has 2 songs on her album Sold Out that are based on a movie, and the movie is my best friend's like favorite movie. And it's called Eternal Sunshine in the Spotless Mind. And I love Jhene, right? But I've never seen that movie. I've literally never seen it. But in my dream the other night, Spirit kept saying that movie to me over and over and over again. Eternal Sunshine, the Spotless Mind, Eternal Sunshine, the Spotless Mind, Eternal Sunshine, the Spotless Mind. And I was like, that's like my bestie's favorite movie. But it's like, even though it's my bestie's favorite movie and I love Jhene and she has like 2 songs on her album like dedicated to that, I still never felt compelled to watch it. Spirit said that in my dream and I still didn't feel compelled to watch it. Hence the reason why I forgot until I remembered just now. You feel what I'm saying? So I think for some of you guys that may be, you know, helpful for, like, I'm not just gonna like say it to you and not do it too. Like, do we need to do a movie night, subbies? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all let me know in the comments. I might put a poll up. If y'all want to do a movie night, because I still haven't watched it. So for those of you who are like Aries and like, y'all want to do a movie night and watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, like, we could just comment below or, you know, go look at the poll on the community tab. But that's not here nor there. But while this is coming up from my group one people, is legit. It's a nostalgia in the very specific sense of the fact that, like how I said with this person, like how you're thinking about the person from the very beginning and how they used to be. It's like, it's an unfair advantage you're giving yourself because you're looking at this person, but it's skewed because you're only seeing the good stuff with them. And it's like, I'm seeing with this, like the thing that was sticking out to me is this right here is make new memories, you know? Because I feel a synchronicity that's not necessarily the greatest thing is that y'all could be looking at pictures, think about a person, woo. This person pops up out of nowhere and it's just like, oh my gosh, I miss you, Aries. Like, you're just so amazing. Like, right? And you can end up falling for the okie doke because you're thinking like, oh, I was just thinking about them and they're just like here, like don't fall for the okie doke. You feel what I'm saying? I know I said a lot, group one. Follow me, okay? Follow me, camera. Moving right along. Only people from New Orleans understand that. People who know Messi Maya and from New Orleans understand that, but that's neither here nor there. If you pick group number 2, oh shit. This came up for Leo. Stabbed in the back. We have heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Now, the thing I will say with this for my group 2 people, I already told y'all what type of time we on. I'm not about to tell you nothing that you don't already know. I'm not going to be the person who's going to pop your bubble, right? Because that, what sense would that be? Because I am a total stranger that you don't know, child. You could stay in New Orleans. We may not be in the same parish. You know what I'm saying? Might not be in the same ward. You know what I'm saying? But just because if you were to stay in New Orleans and you ain't never met me, even if you know me, that don't mean, like, who am I to tell you anything about your life? You feel what I'm saying? So I can say for anyone, if there's been some inclination and not on some hyper vigilant, every single person that you ever dated, you always feel like they're cheating on you and you don't trust nobody, which is what a lot of Aries readings have been about up until now, but there's neither here nor there. I feel this is something that you would have some sentiments to know already, and it would not be an assumption. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like this is something that you would be prepared for. And once again, I feel my guys just like push me in the back to tell me to say this. Why do I do this pick a card at the end of this reading? Because it's a general message and I'm speaking to buku people, not just my subscribers. You know what I'm saying? It's like any person who comes across this. So for the reason why I do these and why I tell y'all to just pick one number so you don't be confusing yourself and all that is with this very general message where it's all these different people's stories coming out, with you picking one of these 4 cards that gives you like one bullet point that lets you know which one of all of those scenarios. God damn, I need to cut my nails, bitch. Jesus. Anyway, moving right along. But which one of those scenarios apply to you the most? You know what I'm saying? And for some of you, what they were just telling me too with the stabbed in the back, there's some of you guys, which kind of makes sense to what it is I was saying just now. Some of you guys feel stabbed in the back, and I said this in somebody else's reading. You feeling stabbed in the back and ain't shit pop off yet. However, looking at the fact that you're unhappy, you don't need anything to pop off. You feel what I'm saying? You feel betrayed by this person because they're not coming into alignment with what it is that you want and what it is that you desire, but you already not happy. This already isn't what you want. You know, that's where the expectation thing comes in. It's like you're expecting a person to be something that you already clearly know that they're not, right? And even with the 6 of Cups in the reverse, it's an expectation that's coming from past tense. Like say if you came from a 2-parent family and your mom and daddy fell in love in high school and, you know, got married and whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because this person doesn't want that, you feel stabbed in the back. But I don't feel like this person is like, you know, a freaking saint on some shit. Who is that? Oh my God, I'm not doing this today with y'all, Aries. I swear to God, I'm not reading no more today. I just got they got somebody standing to my right, and I'm not here for it. Aries, I'm not here for it. I'm about to do these 2 cards and I'm about to click off. I ain't got time. What is going on in your life? Anyway, moving right along. You feel what I'm saying? You feel betrayed by this person because what it is that they're doing is not in alignment with what you want. But the whole purpose of this is for you to understand that you need to just go ahead and respect what it is that you want. Yeah, I'm clicking off and I'm about to. I know my best friend gonna see this like after the fact, but best friend, I'm sending out into the ethers. I'm about to call you because I'm about to send them to your house at the foot of your bed. Moving right along. If you pick group 3, psychic problems, I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting, want to date. So here's the thing that I'm feeling with this, and I don't want to throw this off for anyone because 2 different messages that I got. For number 1, my guys is like, don't say nothing. And I'm like, I'm rebellious. I'm here to find the reverse. Have y'all not understood? So for most of you guys, you have your own personal interpretation where I could tell you this without fucking it up. Is as soon as I turn this over, if you pick group 3, when I said this, your heart lit up and you were like, that's why I'm picking group 3. You was like on that type of time, right? If that's, you know, you got something, then that's all you. But the thing that I'm picking up on the other side of this, and I say if we were to take this card and like cut it down the side, everyone who heard something when I first turned it over, I felt something, you were 110% right. Me being on this side makes me at a lower octave to you. So that means listen to yourself before you listen to Marlo, because the bitch, who the fuck is Marlo? Bitch, she ain't nobody. Anyway, moving right along. So the other thing that I get with us is that those of you where you're dealing with a connection with this particular person, I don't feel like this is even talking about this person. I feel like it's somebody that like you. I feel like it's somebody that likes you that you don't even know likes you. It's somebody got a little crush on you and shine, you know what I'm saying? And they be doing little things, trying to like put something on your mind. And Aries, you ain't getting it because you all caught up in this and you were about this person going back to who it is that it was on the beginning and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe your little dreams might be about them. Maybe you might be dreaming about this person, you feeling all guilty and things, and you just like, I'm in a whole relationship. You feel what I'm saying? But if you aren't happy in your particular situation, and I mean, if you didn't watch this long, child, and you single and you ain't even dealing with nobody, just know that they got somebody that like you. If you went through all this and then picked the card and all that, I need to listen to my girl V. Shout out to you, V. I don't know if she here. Look, I'm about to do a V with my fingers. Wait, hold on, wait. There we go. Hey, V. I don't even know if she in here. But she suggested that I did like a reading of like who's coming towards you type of deal. But I don't know. I've never done nothing like that. And I mean, I might do it eventually. I might just do like a straight singles read on some stuff, on some love things. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be on Shidu though. Yeah, I'm saying. But yeah, I might do that. But if you're a single person and somehow, some way, child, you just really love your friend Marlo, shout out to you. I love your face. That you be like, this don't have nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? You like, I'm just about to watch anyway. I love your face. I love you. Yes, I do. This not even my sign, child. And I'm single as a Pringle, but I'm still gonna watch because Marlo done put a video up. I'm here for that. That's your little message. If you pick group 3, you feel what I'm saying? But I feel like it's someone who's kind of like a crush type of deal. So whether you're with someone or you're not, I feel like there's someone who likes you and they see that you in this situation with this person and they see that you're really not happy. You know what I'm saying? And they're just kind of waiting in the wings. They're not going to, press up on you or nothing. They're not going to try to make no move because they know that you're in a list situation. You feel what I'm saying? So they're just going way back and chill for you to be single. And then they're going to be coming with the, I like you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, a lot, I like you. So that's all I'm saying. So 2 messages for y'all, intuitive and what it is that I said. But anywho, if you pick number 4, ooh, child, that's the second time that came out. We have the runner. And it says a runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. One thing about it and 2 things for sure, babe. I can see that very heavily with my group 4 people. I can see that all up and through this reading. And when I talked about this whole thing with these books that I'm about to give y'all, baby, listen to your friend Marlo. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, it's going to deliver. You're going to be delivered, Aries. By the end of this month, you're going to be delivered. I'm trying to tell you. Because we talk about the runner, I'm not even talking about in the runner trace. I can't freaking talk. The runner chaser dynamic in the twin flame thing. I'm not even just talking about that. It's just the fact, like how I said, how you can be groomed and conditioned with the mommy issues and things of the sort, like fooling with a person who's emotionally unavailable because you had an emotionally absent mother figure, whether you're male or female. It's like you are prepped, primed, and groomed to be in such situations because you deal with a person that is a runner because since you were a child, you have been a chaser who is pining for their parents' attention. Mommy, daddy, please love me. Like, look at me. Like, let me do good things. Let me be a good kid. Let me suppress myself. Like, whatever it is that you want from me, let me just cut everything it is that I am. Like, pour myself down to nothingness and not needingness just so that you'll love me. Like, I have no needs. I have no expectations. Like, whatever you want, I'm just here for you as a tool and a vessel just because I want you to love me type of deal. If you were like that or in a dynamic like that with your parental figure, it's very easy for you to fall into a relationship like that as an adult because a person who's running from you is normal. Like, that's not abnormal. You feel what I'm saying? Because you feel that you have to earn love. You got to prove yourself. You have to show that you're more than what you are. So being unhappy in a connection with someone that you love and care about isn't abnormal because you've done that since you were little bitty. You feel what I'm saying? So keep an eye on that, my group 4 people. I would have to say, like, out of all of these groups, my group 4 people would probably be the most dead on of everything it is that I was picking up on here. So, and maybe I should start giving that disclaimer if this happens moving forward. Like, if you're not group 4, it's like you want to pay attention to the different parts of things that I was saying and picking up on just what resonates. But I would say my group 4 people are the people who overall, like, this would resonate with my group 4 people the absolute most. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope that this helps my beautiful humans. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments because you know that I love y'all face. Child, these things are tea. This is the last premiere, you know what I'm saying? For what is it, Friday? This is the last premiere for Friday. So I thank all of you guys for being here. I typically be saying all this in the comments and things, well, in the chat. But thank all of you guys for being here. I love your freaking face. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I usually say sooner than later, but I'm going to see you tomorrow if you're watching a premiere because, we got 3 more signs and whatnot or whatever. But anywho, I love your face and I'll see you guys later, my friends.